So, this is a thing, huh? At that precise moment in time, I was standing in the middle of a forest, peering at the outline of a town up ahead that looked like it was straight out of a fantasy movie. I noticed there were two moons shining brightly in the sky above me, and I said, turning around to look back at where I'd just come from, "That's the room with Grandma's memorial altar in it." I took a deep breath and tried to compose myself. Calm down, Amata Shiro," I told myself. "First things first, let's attempt to get a handle on the situation." This was my first day staying in the house my late grandma had left to me in her will. I'd moved in after quitting my job at a company with, quite frankly, a toxic work environment around the end of the previous month. After cleaning the whole place from top to bottom, and once the moving company had dropped off my boxes and boxes of stuff, I'd set about finding new homes for my belongings. It was then that I'd opened the closet in the Japanese-style room where my grandma's memorial altar had been placed. It was already there when I moved in. And I found myself in a fantasy world, I summed up to myself. Huh, this makes zero sense. What kind of crazy supernatural phenomenon is this? I'm probably just overtired. I went back to the Japanese-style room, closed the closet door, and headed to the kitchen to make myself a strong cup of coffee. About 10 minutes later, I headed back to the other room and went over to the closet again. "And," I said, opening the closet door, "it's still there." Well, that proved I wasn't hallucinating. The two moons in the sky shone brightly, their roundness suggesting that tonight was their equivalent of a full moon. I closed the closet door once again and went over to the memorial altar to burn some incense. "Hey, Grandma, did you know about this?" Though, of course, she didn't answer. The portrait of her throwing peace signs just smiled at me. She'd gone missing 7 years ago, and last month the authorities had finally declared her dead. Her sudden disappearance had initially been very hard on everyone, but by this time our family had pretty much come to terms with the fact she was gone. "Shiro," she'd said once to me, "one day Grandma will tell you her secret, all right?" But despite saying that, she'd never shared her secret with me, and then she disappeared, leaving behind nothing but that picture of her throwing peace signs at the camera. I wonder if this is what she wanted to tell me about. I was reminiscing about Grandma when, Is that?" I said, noticing an envelope poking out of a gap in the memorial altar. "A letter?" I reached for it, and as I pulled it out, I saw that it had the words, "To my family," written on it. "Wait," I said, realization washing over me. "Did Grandma write this?" I broke the seal and took out the letter inside. She did!